You know, you never know. Is this working?
Yeah.
Is it? All right. You know, you never know what to expect first game, and so I was pleasantly surprised on a couple fronts. Again, I thought our effort and our energy and commitment to trying to do what we're trying to do was there for 48 minutes. Now, I think our guys, you know, there has to be a commitment to do it because it's hard. You know, I had to take John out early in the third quarter, I think it was. He was exhausted. But that's where we trust. You know, I thought Session, the second group, was really good.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just a situation we have to understand that you play that way for 48 minutes and you wear opponents down if you're committed to doing that. And so that's really, you know, what I've got to see moving forward here. This is one game. You know, it's all the first game in preseason is always, you know, they're excited to quit beating up on each other and beat on somebody else. And so, you know, we'll see, you know, how it continues to go. But what we can't do, and we did, I thought in the first half, second quarter, we scored. We got, what did we get up in the second quarter? 16 it came easy. We got 3 or 4 baskets in a row, and you know, we just relaxed. We didn't play any defense, and that's where we can't take a step back. And that's going to be another challenge too. More possessions per game. Are we going to stay committed to being that dirty team defensively? Those are things that we're going to have to. That I'm going to have to, you know, hold them accountable to, because I think they like, you know, what they've seen and how we play this.
Whit, you were up 2 at recess. You come back out. You scored 38. Your starters get 31 of them. I asked Brad just after the game what adjustment was made. He said it had absolutely nothing to do with the points. It was the fact that they all decided that they were going to guard somebody.
Well, that's and that sometimes it's hard when you get up and you get 2 or 3 or 4 threes and a layup and a boom, and all of a sudden you score 10 or 12 quick points. You relax. You know, that's sometimes human nature. We got to fight that. And I thought that was the thing I was disappointed with at halftime. 2 things. I didn't think you know, our first group in particular. You know, I challenged them at halftime. You know, I thought our second unit really gave us a big lift and played really good in that first half. The first unit needed to play better, and they responded you know, by doing that. But you know, the other thing being, you know, as long as we don't over dribble the ball's got to move. You got to make decisions, and if you've got an open shot, I don't care who you are, you're shooting. Got to shoot. All right. If you don't, you either got pass or you got penetration. You can't hold it and dribble and dribble. And we got ourselves in trouble in the first half. I think we had 9 or 10 turnovers. What did we end up with? 14. Much better in the second half. 1-2 dribble, kick. You know, other guy putting it on the floor, kick. You know, making decisions simpler. And that's how you have to do to take care of the ball.
When it comes to staying committed to defense, does it come down just to conditioning?
Sure. I mean, we're going to have to be committed. I mean, that's why it's a commitment. All right, it's a commitment to play this way, and yeah, we're going to have to. We're not where we need to be, obviously, in terms of that, but we'll get there. We got one, you know, what's today, the 5th, 6th, 7th, whatever it is, and we start the 28th, so we've got time to get there. We'll go right back at it tomorrow.
What do you think about Nene? Looks like his conditioning was pretty good.
He came in as good as at the start of the years I've seen this summer. Obviously, you know, he didn't have to play national. You know, he got rest, his body healed up, and you know, he got himself ready to play.
Randy, the other day you said not to put too much stock into whatever lineup you're using. Does that apply also with the starters tonight and with Nene coming up the bench?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we got to look at a lot of different combinations before we settle in on anything like that. Like I told you guys, you know, and I don't know where it leads. right now, but I can view a lot of different starting lineups with this team, depending on who we're playing and how we want to attack. We'll have to. I'll have to, keep working at that, which we'll do. I wanted to see here early on May at the 5 and March at the 5 and go smaller around them to see what we can produce there. So that was.
You said you want to see Chris shoot threes in games, and before you kind of unleash him, what was the first?
Well, he scared the shit out of me the first no, I thought he did. I thought he did fine. It's a different. He's never played that way before, and I thought he did fine. Again, he got tired, and he's gonna. It's not the take the ball out, walk it down, get yourself in the block, which is different for him.
Otto with 22. Otto had 22 points. Seemed like just his carryover from the strong postseason last year.
He really played well. I thought Otto had start to finish as good a game as you could play. Activity, hands on balls. Forget about the shots he made. Being in position. His knack for being at the right place at the right time, whether it's offensively or defensively. His reads and cuts to the basket, and if you got a guy like John, he's going to find you. I thought, he played great. I thought on the bench, everybody was good. I thought Gary came in for the first time. Having Gary here, that going Garrett Temple almost had a triple-double. Coming off the bench. So a lot of good things. We got a lot of things to clean up too, but that's what preseason's for.
You oftentimes talk about players tell you who should play,
Yeah.
but when you have this kind of depth, how challenging is it for you and the coaching
It's
staff?
not. Hey, listen. I would rather have tough choices like that than no choices. If that makes any sense. That's part of this job. But in reality, they do tell me who's going to play by how we practice, how we play, who's playing well, who's not. I just am a firm believer of that, and I think if you are a player that knows that, you're gonna do your darndest to show me that you deserve to play.
Randy, there's some teams that sacrifice some things to make sure that they can play with pace offensively and get back defensively. They give up offensive rebounds like the Spurs in Atlanta. They don't really care about that. Have you found that there's some things that you may have to give up?
I'm getting there. Obviously, our transition sometimes because we are so spread, court balance is a little bit of a concern of mine that we've got to really, because we're putting the ball on the floor with multiple people at multiple times in one possession. That's a little bit different, and I've noticed that the first 7 days of camp that's been a problem of ours that we've got to focus a little bit better on. But I still want them first and foremost. The beginning of the day tomorrow and the end of the day tomorrow will be about defense, as it is every day. And we just got to continue to keep that a focus of ours.
Thanks, guys.